regular audience members know him like a brother. A weird brother, but a brother no less. Tonight, he's going to do something he's never done before here on our Mockery stage. He's going to appear in the first act. I think he's got a hot date or something. Ladies and gentlemen, our very own resident funny man, Mr. Reid.
Thank you guys. I'd like to give it up for Ray for hooking me up. Let me go in the first half. I actually had to go to a Halloween party before this and I had no time to get ready. I would also like to thank my friend Mike for texting me on the way saying he messed up the dates, so the Halloween party is tomorrow night. You guys don't know this, but right now I'm currently wearing a full body lycra suit under my clothes. I didn't have fucking time to change, so if I could say one uniform that you should wear as a comedian, it would not be this shit right now. Basically, on the way over here though, it was kind of badass, because like in the subway, I sort of felt like a shitty Superman. Like at any moment, I was getting ready to stop crime that was going on in the subway. Like I was waiting by there just for someone to mug a chick, or like even a guy that didn't put the proper fare. I was just gonna be like, hey! I told you I was actually wearing this suit. Hey! The fare's $3, you son of a bitch. And then he'd look at me and I'd be like, yeah, put in the change. Because there's two rules in life. Number one, you never want to fight a man who's already wearing lycra underneath his clothes. That's rule number one. Rule number two, god damn it, in 1 second. That was so much easier coming off. Rule number two, you never in your life want to fight another man with an erection. Take that to the bank, that's truth. Because even if you win, you still lose, kind of. And as excited as I was to fight crime, there was a 95% chance that I could have checked both those off in that category in the subway, so game on. No, it was Halloween. I was excited, now I'm a little disappointed. Like today, as crazy as our Halloween gets, I actually for 10 minutes, I stood in my closet, and this was an actual decision. I tried to figure out which kind of pants I could afford to lose tonight and just not bring home. It was between these and a pair of crotchless corduroy pants that I had, and these ones apparently lost. Obviously because my corduroys are my strip club pants. Get your head out of the gutters. It's not because they're crotchless. It's because I cut the pockets out of them, that's why. No, I'm kidding. That was basically the only thing I did today. Actually, I was on the internet earlier, which some of you may do. I do. I got to the point of being so bored with it that you Google, you have nothing else to do, and you're like, hey, there's a big sign up there, let's put in Google and see if it knows shit about itself. Well, it does. It tells you all about Google. And then I started thinking, because again, I was really bored, I was like, where are the last generation of people that we remember a time where there was no internet? Like, the internet just wasn't a thing. Like, I have 3 nephews, and to them, it's like they just have the internet. As a kid, we had to play it. Imagine that. No kids these days play. And it's sad because I grew out of it, and as an adult, I can't even play anymore. Imagine this scenario. I phone up my friend on a Friday night and say, hey, Evan, you want to come over and play? Scenario number 1. He says no, obviously, and I lose a friend because he thinks I'm going to molest him. Scenario 2, I say no, and I still lose a friend because I think he's going to come over and molest me. It's a no-win situation. And the thing is, like, even the internet that we have now, like, it's refined. We had the internet when it was like the goddamn Wild West. It was basically eBay and porn, and that's it. That's all we had. Like, imagine if the internet was like a family member. The internet that we have now is like your kind, intellectual grandpa that sometimes forgets to close his robes and his balls hang out. You know, you get a little spice with it. Our internet was like your dirty Uncle Randy that's doing 3 to 5 in a prison because he molested the entire town. That was our internet. Anything went. And on a side note to this, the internet now is fine. I like it. It's good. One thing I don't get is, how are pop-up ads legal? Does anyone figure this out? Like, I will be casually minding my own business, typing in the internet, when all of a sudden I make one wrong click, and instantly it's just a wind chime of dongs just Hey, your dick is too small. You want to grow a bigger one like this one or that one or that one? It's $3. How is that shit legal to ever show anyone? I didn't ask for that. I made one choice and I got this. Just win shamadam. No. Put this in perspective. Imagine Sunday afternoon. I go down and I hang around by the CN Tower. A lovely German couple comes up to me. Like, excuse me? That's a horrible German accent. I don't even know how to do one, so now they're English, okay? Canadian English, not English English. So they go up to me and they're like, excuse me, where's City Hall? And I say, why, I'd be glad to help. I'm from Toronto. Here, you follow this direction, you go up the road, and you'll find City Hall. Then as soon as they're out of my view, I book it and I run down. And I go into an alleyway right near the end. And I just drop my trowel, take off my clothes, and wait for them to come around the corner. And the moment they make that wrong turn, I just start windmilling my dong and just say, do you like what you see? You can get this for 6 easy payments of $9.95. Your girlfriend hates yours. Fuck no. How is that still illegal online? It's the same thing. I could do that for one day. And if I tried it twice, I'd be in jail with my dirty Uncle Randy. This is some bullshit. Sorry, that was getting way off topic, but that shit has got to stop. Now, finishing up, because number one, this unitard is turning into a unithong, and I got enough time, I'm going to tell you a story. This story is entitled, The Very First Time I Used the Internet. Now, this story is a coming-of-age tale, which you guys shouldn't laugh at that. But in my mind, I spelled that C-U-M-M-I-N-G because it's one of those stories. Just kidding. But so put this in perspective. Boom, Christmas, 1996. The day that we got the internet. Now, I'm not saying we got a guy to install the internet. This is back in the day where each and every one of us actually received the internet. Somehow, some bastard at AOL found your address and he sent you discs that just said the internet. We had the entire internet on a CD-ROM. Kids don't even know what the fuck is up these days. And here's how ballsy we were. We get them and we're like, we don't want to try the internet, it might be too pricey. Then they keep sending them with better and better deals. Eventually, we get so cocky, we say, the internet. I got 6 internets, fuck this. And you threw out the internet. What an asshole move, a world wide web of knowledge, and you said, I got enough. Done. So the day we got the internet, we installed it in the computer, and me being the youngest, I never got to use it. But the next day, my parents had to take my 2 sisters out to some girl extracurricular activity. They had sticker club, pony raising, something. I don't know, whatever girls do, fill in the blanks there. But they had to go, so guess what? Prepubescent Roy is home alone with the internet. I've heard some shit about it, so I'm going to go check it out. Now, what do you do when you first go on the internet when you're checking it out? You go to your front door and you lock it. That's what you do. Which is weird, because in my house, I lived on an acreage. No one would ever steal our stuff. There was 2 occasions where you'd lock the door. When everyone left the house, and on a garage sale day to keep the Hutterites out from stealing your shit. If you guys are from Alberta, you know what's up. And I would like that to be a joke, but I've actually heard my dad say, hey, they can learn how to speak German, they can learn to take a piss before they leave the house. They don't need to get in there. Word for word, Papa Reid. That's what he does. So yeah, lock the door, get ready to go to the computer. It's all booted up after 20 minutes. What do I do? Netscape Navigator. You goddamn right we did. Click on the old Netscape, see that little thing going? All of a sudden, the web page. Now, there was no web page, you just had a blank page, because if you didn't have a game plan when you went on the internet, you weren't going anywhere. You had to know this shit off the top of your head. Now, in my mind, I had 2 rock solid choices already ready to go. And as unproud as I am to say it, the first website I ever went to was www.boobs.com. Nailed it. Now, that website was everything it promised it would be. There was pairs, there was individual ones, from different angles, perfect, everything I was looking for. Now, after I got my fill, I decided, you know what? let's go with the second choice. I decided this time we're going a little south of the border. So I go www.vagina.com. Again, 2 for 2. Everything I thought it would be, dreams came true. Now that I was finished perusing the internet, and I decided I was going to shut it down. But when I went to go close the window, I magically found this button that I didn't know existed called the back button. And I clicked it, and some magic genie whisked me away to a previous page that I was already on. And in my childhood mind, I'm like, holy shit, they actually know I've been there. I didn't know about internet history, no one did. You didn't know how to get rid of that. So I had to think of a goddamn game plan. Now, I had already wrapped my 2 choices. Like, right now, I am not a smart man. I was not a smart child. Those were the only 2 I had prepared for this situation. I had to search around my living room, and like I said, it was Christmas time. There was a box of Pepperidge Farm cheeses. Luckily, they had a website. And I was like, well, let's do the old Dick Tracy move and throw them off the porn trail. Next website, so they don't know that I was on that one, www.pepperidgefarms.com. But what I didn't clue into was you could go double back, so they could still get back to where I was. Now I was screwed, because I was like, wow, they're going to find out. Except, like, idea came on in my head and I realized, guess what, Roy? You are the only boy in your family. You have 2 girl sisters. To save yourself, here's a bus, here's them. You're throwing them right under it. Next website after Pepperidge Farms, www.penis.com. Nailed it. No one's going to suspect the only boy in the house. Why would I go to www.penis.com? Those are my sisters. That's what they were checking out. Disgusting, right? Ugh. But no, so I thought that plan was rock solid. X'd it off, unlocked the front door, and went about my childhood day. 2 days later, I get a call from down the hallway. Hey, we're having a family meeting. Every one of us knows what the hell a family meeting is. It's not a nice family meeting. It's someone in the family fucked up, and we're going to have a meeting about it. That was me. We rolled into the living room to the only computer we had, and there I see it. My dad had figured out how to display the internet history, and there it was, glaring me in the eyes, boobs and vagina.com. I was like, I am Seward. This is the most scared I would ever be in my entire life. And I thought back on that day. I didn't know until about 10 years later. I was infinitely scared at one scenario, that I was going to get busted for looking at porn. My father was infinitely scared at 2 other scenarios. Because to him, scenario 1, one of his 3 children was bisexual. And scenario 2, in the span of 15 minutes, somehow Pepperidge Farms had turned his only son gay. I'm Roy Reid, guys. That was my time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the always funny Mr. Roy Reid. And now,